Google is now changing gears and publicly apologizing after its new AI software created images of Black, Native American, and Asian people when prompted, but refuses to do the same for white people. The New York Post is calling it a, quote, history lesson, after the software generated racially diverse images of our founding fathers and other historically white figures. Fox Business's Kelly O'Grady is live with more details on this. Hi, Kelly.
Hi there, Emily. And yeah, when Google controls roughly 80% of the search market, you see this happening with its chatbot, and it raises concerns about historical inaccuracies, companies potentially pushing specific narratives. Now, to Google's credit, they have paused their Gemini image generation product, but before they halted it, we actually tested the product for ourselves. So we asked it to generate an image of a pope. We got a Black pope and a Native American pope. And in some cases, users found that Gemini told them it was inappropriate to assume all popes were white. So what we discovered is it's really difficult to get Gemini to generate an image of a Caucasian male in general. We've got pretty much everything else. You had female astronauts, lawyers of color. Those, of course, exist. But Gemini showed everything but white males for the most part. Now, Google has acknowledged these issues. They said, quote, or rather, they will release a new version soon. And then they told Fox Business, we're working to improve these kinds of depictions immediately. Gemini's AI image generation does generate a wide range of people. That's generally a good thing because people around the world use it, but it's missing the mark here. Elon Musk jumped into the fray. He's not giving his AI competitor a pass, saying, quote, the woke mind virus is killing Western civilization. Google does the same thing with their search results. And so it brings up a broader concern. For a lot of people, Google is synonymous with informing yourselves, right? It's a verb, Google it. And so you've got search algorithms that are built by people, AI that's trained by companies with a specific narrative. We can think we're doing our own research, but it's really impacting what we know, Emily.
Kelly, thank you so much. All right, bringing this conversation out to the couch. Sean, what say you?
Well, so first off, Google has apologized, but they're not sorry. If you Google anything on any political issue and then look at the results, I've got to go down like 6 pages to find anything from a conservative news outlet. They push this fake news, left-wing garbage on their search engine. So no doubt they're going to push the same thing on their AI product. And again, you look at algorithms, you look at the humans craft the algorithm to give certain outputs. So it's garbage in, it's garbage out. They're sorry they got caught.
Doctor.
Emily, it's really all about accuracy, right? And one thing that I ran into a lot during COVID, I could find a research paper to argue any point. Either way, if you want to say something works, I'm sure you could find me a paper online that says it works, and you can also find me one that doesn't work. But if you actually want to know if something works, so every day when I'm in the hospital, if I'm trying to figure out, does a chemotherapy or drug work on a certain type of cancer, you don't put into the algorithm, I want all the papers showing me that this medication works, right? You want to say, I want all of the papers that show me anything about this medication. And then you kind of can go into it and figure out what is actually accurate or not. So if you are putting into this algorithm, I want, a culturally appropriate, image of what a pope could look like, something like that, then that's what you're going to get. But if you're actually put in, please depict pictures, of historical references of popes, then you would expect them to be accurate and not be putting in some of these identity politics into the search engine.
Totally. But okay, I loved how you said garbage in, garbage out, because in stark contrast to the doctor's, what objectivity would look like. You guys, let's check out the origin of these images, which would be from the person that designed it. So these are tweets since 2018 from the head of Google's Gemini AI. This is Jack Krawczyk's tweets. Things like this, guys. White privilege is bleeping real. Don't be a bleep and act guilty about it. Do your part in recognizing bias at all levels of egregiousness. Racism is real, but people fear their security more than fixing it. I don't mind paying more taxes and investing in overcoming systemic racism. This one, Jesus only cares about white kids. These are just the tip of the iceberg. What? We don't have enough time to read all of them. Garbage indeed. And that is the father of that program. There's nothing neutral about it.
So, and I'm glad you put it that way, because artificial intelligence as of now, and I can't predict the future, but as of now, it learns what we teach it. It's a learning language program. ChatGPT, it's a learning language program. Open Evidence is looking at medical things. It's learning what you teach it. So I just Googled, George Washington had slaves. Because as he's depicted, when you Google his image, he's got my tan. But that wouldn't make any sense because of the 317 people in Mount Vernon at the time when George Washington was president, he owned 123 of them. That's on Google too. So Google isn't able to cross-reference through AI that maybe he wouldn't have looked like the picture that comes up in images? No, because the guy doing the pictures is sitting there doing tweets and stuff, and the person doing the information, they're not in the same place. AI hasn't learned how to cross-reference and say, well, that wouldn't make any sense. We haven't taught it how to problem solve. We've taught it how to regurgitate.
And the problem is now students and youth are looking to that as some form of an impenetrable resource. They're looking at it as the truth when it is anything but.
Yeah, and look, I mean, history is what it is. It's an enterprise that tries to factually document what has happened throughout all of time. Not all of history is good, but we can only improve upon history and make a better society if we know the sins and the ills of the past. So this is someone trying to erase history. And do we want Silicon Valley as the ones trying to do that? I mean, remember when they tried to enter a poem admiring Trump, and AI, this was not Gemini, but just AI would not generate a poem admiring Trump, but they would for Biden. So my point is, I don't want Silicon Valley deciding what life should look like in the future, because it would be a life where we Republicans had no voice or no say.
Frightening.
It's not about justice. It's not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.